August 16th, Monday, 2021. It's at about 11:15 in the morning. I slept until about 11, and then I had a protein drink and a bag of lentils and a banana for breakfast. But yesterday my mom gave me coffee, a bunch of ground-in coffee. So I made myself a big old thick cup of coffee. I said, yeah, you want to hook me with some coffee? I think caffeine's addictive, so I'm like addicted to it physically. And I was like, it's not like give me all that much coffee, maybe a little bit. She gives me a whole freaking big ass jar of grounded coffee, but whatever. I've been having trouble focusing, staying awake. Not really focusing, but just staying awake. Like my sleep schedule is schnitzy. Just a few days ago, if it's the 16th, that means it's 26 days sober from reefer, which I'm never going to get back on, by the way, until I get my shit together. But at that point, I'll never be a stoner again. But I'm not going to even touch it for years. At least the rest of this year. So my sleep schedule a little bit screwy because I would fall asleep during the day. But I slept last night, didn't really have insomnia. However, it was like 3 in the morning when I did go to sleep because I was busy doing schnitz. So today, what I'm going to do is I have to put my schnitz together. All that stuff to its proper placings. And then I have to put that stuff in its proper placements. And then I'm going to take a bunch of photos, like a whole bunch of photos, like 20 photos or something. And send them off to my mom and Kirsten and be like, get me my roommate now. And that's the last thing that I got to do to my house, thank gods. Yesterday when I got up, and then the rest of the day, what I'm going to do today is I got to just figure out my studio. I'm still like swimming around and I'm a fish out of water. I don't know the hell I'm doing. I don't know nothing. So it's a process to learn this stuff. Well, at least I'm on the cutting edge, dude. It's like new technologics, and I've got the foundation to work with. So yesterday I got up and was doing a little bit of, because the night before last it was the first time I started trying to back stuff up on these 2 cards, expensive ass cards. Spent $300 on the cards that I thought you were supposed to get because the tutorial guy said so, Lexars. But it turns out they don't want Lexar, they want the other one. Can't remember the name of it. And it doesn't come until August 31st, so I got 2 more weeks. Twiddling my thumb, and on the 20th, and I guess 2 weeks to get my new Stream Deck. But that doesn't really matter because I already have a Stream Deck. I'm just talking about the XL Stream Deck. Oh, I got an XL Stream Deck because that's the size of the Stream Deck that all the cool kids use. Like A to Z Productions and David Joshua Ford. They did presets, but they did them with their XLs, and I wanted to be like them. And then I can use my other Stream Deck for other stuff because you can plunk Stream Decks on and Stream Decks upon Stream Decks, and I have room. I'll show the layout of my studio once I get it working. I speak Spanish, so I love that I've got a lot of cool things to talk about and teach because I can do doubles. I can do double videos. I can do it 2 times. I can do it in English and then I can do it in Spanish. And then my mom came over at like 11 or whatever, and we were here like a long time yesterday. Is that what I talked about yesterday? Because I did the thing in the afternoon. I don't think so. Yeah, I just scrubbed the floor, and then we put the wax on. Don't get the floor too wet when you try to clean it, because if water gets through it, it's going to bubble up like that, and then it's screwed for life. On this fall one, but we scrubbed the The bathroom floor is real good, and both of them. And was that it? Oh, and I started the day by finished cleaning the curtains for the guest room, and I put them back up. I had to screw them back on the wall and pop them back in. So the guest room's put back together, fixed up real good, real right. Yeah, maybe I'll do a video about it later. It's in there. My bike is in there and stuff. So, and then I finished the day with my studio. Just studying. So I was dragging and dropping, and all of a sudden, I couldn't drag and drop anymore. Like just a 6 megabyte file, it was just spinning around. So I'm like, God damn it, what the hell, dude? I can't drag from my computer to an external hard drive? What the hell? And, it took me forever to get all this stuff on those 128 gigabyte cards because the cards would disconnect from the computer over and over again, and dropping the drag and drop and go really slowly. I ordered for $20. I got a 508 gigabyte mini card, mini SD, micro SD inside of this big SD. In the mail, it's supposed to come like Friday or something. And I'm looking forward. I've never seen a freaking 512 gigabyte, $20, 512 gigabyte micro SD card. So that's big enough to hold. That's more than my whole computer. That's big enough to hold, like, my whole website and all the videos having to do with it. So I'm like jazzed to fill that sucker up and put it like in my room in a safe spot and in its little plastic holder. And yeah, man, whoa, that's great. It was give me such a sense of relief because, like, I was trying to drag stuff onto one of my externals, and it's like the external died in the meantime. There's this external somebody gave me. I was in Seattle, and I was doing vlogs back in 2011, like November 2011, and I was like I was like one block from Microsoft. I was in like the cushiest gym I'd ever been in my life. Like their changing room had like elegant lamps around and was perfectly clean. It was like cushy. And like all the roads around there had like manicured lawns. It was really nice. I had one day where I walked 30 miles on a treadmill and I was eating raw broccoli the whole time because I was dragging and I was downloading audiobooks from LibriVox and LibriVox. And the whole day with two computers, one below me and one above me. And this dude was walking next to me at one point and like laughing at me because I was eating broccoli. Anyway. But then like somebody was like, oh, you have asthma, you can't get, because they were like making the asthma inhalers, the salbutamol's illegal because I guess too many drug addicts were doing them. And I was scared shitless because like I had like really bad asthma at that time. And one of my viewers sent me asthma medication, and I went and I picked up like 6 salbutamol over at the general post box, general post box. You just go into the post box and you go general delivery or whatever, and I got it. But then they're like, oh yeah, we have something else for you, and it was a hard drive. I don't even know who it came from. Some dude named Paul. I didn't even know they knew I was there, and that I was, because it wasn't the same dude who sent me the cards. And I have a lot of viewers from Seattle. I was in South Seattle. Can't remember the name of the little thing, and I was in a Starbucks, and some lady walks in and she's like, "Oh, hi Kyle, I like your videos. Here's a gift card for $15." And I was like, okay, thanks. And she just walked off. I'm like, what? That was funny. And that's the only time anybody's ever done that. Oh, and then I was in Seattle and somebody else was like, hey, you can stay with me if you want. And then like 3 days later, my car broke down. So I was like, oh, yeah, I'll stay with you. So yeah, man, I got a lot of viewers in Seattle. I love Seattle. Seattle's beautiful. So anyway, oh shit! I got on I should have had the whole thing of coffee before I did the video. Anyway, because if I do a whole thing of coffee and then I do the video, then I won't go on as much. But so anyway, 2011. Oh man, lost my train of thought. So anyways, I was doing the dragging and dropping, and oh yeah, the hard drive that I got in Seattle, like that hard drive that I got back in 2011, and it was used then. It's like a 500 gigabyte hard drive, but it's really big. It's the kind that you have to plug in, and it's like this big, and it goes. Said something about how it was like broken or not formatted. I'm like, what? So we'll see if that thing's broken. I'll plug it into my other computer. I haven't had the time to check it out, but if it turns out that it just died, I guess I'll just throw it away. Luckily, I have the other hard drives. As far as I know, I have, and I'll look around, but, oh, that's my mom calling. I have to call her later. I have, because I called her this morning to see if she wanted to help me put upholstery. We got new upholstery for those chairs. Those are like nice antique chairs that my mom's neighbor gave me. She gave me that couch and this chair too. And we're going to put like upholstery that's the same color as these couches on there with extra padding. And then also finish spray painting my furniture. So anyways, I think I only have 2 extra hard drives, like actual hard drives. There's like one for each computer because I have 2 computers, 2 Macintoshes. No, they're like 2 terabytes or 2.7 terabytes. Yeah. So, I finished last night, just drag and dropping, but then even the hard drive, I got confused about this thing. It was bifurcated, so I brought my website from one part of it to the other. And then I realized, because I thought the other one was bigger, but then I realized the one that I drug it from was bigger, so it was like all a waste of time, but then I tried to, and that was after I deleted my website off the other one, and then it took forever. It got stuck trying to empty the trash because it was too big of a file, and I tried to empty 2 things of the trash at the same time, which made it clog and couldn't do anything. So then I was just dragging and dropping stuff on the other computer. But so anyways, then I was tired, but I was spending the other time just researching my my stuff for my studio. So today what I'm going to do, the first thing is just look at my hard drives and make sure everything's dragged and dropped and like backed up, and I know where everything is, and that's all the same, and so it's all ready. When I get my new 512 gigabyte card, I can just spend probably half the day on there trying to drag stuff on there. And so yeah, I gave those cards to my mom, those 2 128 gigabytes. It was just, they have both of the same thing, but I didn't manage to get all the videos for my site on there. But that's why kind of one of the reasons I got the 512 gigabyte. I wanted one where I could get everything on one. And I like those little gigabyte cards because I think maybe if you keep them clean and dry, I think maybe they're more reliable than an actual hard drive. Because I've had 2 of those die on me. Another one, my other main one died, like Lacey died like a couple years ago, just died, you know. So, and stuff's always getting disappeared off my computer because I have the 2 terabyte Apple Cloud, but when it backs up from cloud, it always sucks it off my computer. That's how I've lost a lot of stuff. Augustin Lake, Canals of Babylon and China, and Arizona Trail, and something else that I can't remember right now. Anyway, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Finish backing up, drag and drop and backing up. Yeah, and then go back on working on my schedule, my studio. So what I learned with the studio yesterday was I was looking, I didn't have time to configure my mic, so I'm going to do that today with my voice, you know, on that tutorial. I connected my HyperDeck for the first time to Companion. With my Atom was already connected, and then I connected, was it VLC? No, not VLC. I connected something else. I connected, can't remember. I connected another one of those programs, and then I'm trying to figure out what's up with VLC, or maybe that's what I connected. And then I want to connect H2R graphics, but I need to watch the tutorials on that and find out where IP addresses to put that on. Some of them are real easy. You just click them and they're on. Yeah, try to just, and then do the tutorials on those other programs that David Joshua Ford put on it. You know, but you have to, I think it's H2R Graphics or something, you have to know what the HTTP password is. So I was doing research on, I'm going to have to do research on that. So I was basically downloading a whole bunch of tutorials from YouTube to watch the tutorials. I don't watch tutorials off YouTube. I download them off YouTube and I put them on my external hard drive and then I watch them. Because too much of the time when I try to watch videos, tutorials on YouTube, it always like freezes because my computer, I guess, is getting old and slow. And I don't like that. And you can't drag, you know, you can't like drag it forward to find places, exact places where they say something, you know. Like I watch a tutorial and then I'll remember where he said something that I want to know. So then I go and I open the video on like QuickTime. And then, if that's the program, and then I just drag to where they are, and then I can watch that again. So then you can watch them over and over, and then you can organize them better. It's better that way. So that's what I'm up to today. I got my hands full, even if my mom doesn't come over. But if she does, we got it. So you know, it'll be like half the day. So that's what I'm up to, you know. But by the time I got to sleep last night, I did feel like I did pretty well. Got a good sense of accomplishment going. So yeah, just that's what I'm up to today. Still like a fish out of water, but I made some progress. So it's just little baby steps with this stuff. I feel like I'll be really good at explaining this stuff to people. Because you're watching A to Z Productions and like David Joshua Ford explaining their companion, and they just zip through it real fast. You know, they don't explain it like for the idiot. So I can do explanation for the idiot from ground up and all the different mistakes that can happen. You know, like don't trust a YouTube tutorial guy for what card to use with the HyperDeck. You have to look on the Blackmagic website and actually look at which ones are compatible at that moment, you know. So, yeah, I mean, I wasted $300 on that and then another $65 on this HDMI to SDI converter that I threw away, but then I found out that I did need it, so I had to buy it again. So it's like $360 wasted, so whatever. It's not as much money as I wasted on interest from that time trial bike that I got. I even had a dream about my time trial bike last night. I was in some town and it was like all of a sudden it was like a foreign country, but there were a lot of like Americans there or something, and it started to rain. I had to get from like a library back home, and I had my time trial bike, and I didn't have a car, and I was like, oh shit, I can't just leave it. Somebody's gonna steal it, and I was like, anyway, that's all I remember. It was more of a dream, but I'm not into remembering my dreams yet. I will tell you when I remember my dreams, if it happens. Hopefully I didn't burn away that part of my brain permanently or something. Hopefully it comes back, because I used to be able to remember my dreams a lot. And it was like my favorite part of my vlogs. Back when I was living in the van, it was all remembering the dreams, because I wasn't smoking weed. Alrighty, I'm going to call my mom back. Talk to you tomorrow.